The moment you stop needing their approval is the moment your life finally begins. But here is what nobody tells you. Breaking free from that need is not easy, and most people never figure out how. In this video, I am going to show you exactly what happens inside your mind when you live for other people's opinions and how to stop it once and for all. If that sounds like something you need right now, hit subscribe, because what comes next will change the way you see yourself forever. The moment you were born, you were handed an invisible report card. Your parents graded you, your teachers graded you, your friends graded you, and somewhere along the way, you started grading yourself through their eyes. You stopped asking, "What do I want?" and started asking, "What will they think?" That single shift, that one quiet moment of surrendering your own judgment to someone else's opinion, became the foundation of everything that has been holding you back. And the terrifying part is that you did not even notice it happening. I want you to think about the last time you made a real decision. Did you make it because it felt right to you, or did you make it because you were afraid of what someone else would say? Did you post that photo, take that job, end that relationship, or start that project because your gut told you to, or because you were waiting for someone to nod their head and tell you it was okay? If you are being honest with yourself right now, the answer might be uncomfortable. And that discomfort you are feeling, that is exactly where we need to start. And here is what psychology has confirmed through decades of research. Human beings are wired for social connection. We are tribal creatures. For thousands of years, being rejected by the group meant death. If the tribe cast you out, you did not survive the night. So your brain learned very early, very deeply, that other people's approval equals safety, and disapproval equals danger. This is not weakness. This is biology. But here is the problem. You are no longer living in a tribe trying to survive the wilderness. You are living in a modern world where that ancient fear is completely hijacking your decisions, your relationships, your career, and your sense of self-worth. Psychologists call this phenomenon external validation dependency, and it is one of the most silent and destructive patterns a human being can carry through life. People who suffer from this pattern do not just occasionally care what others think. They build their entire identity around it. They choose careers their parents approve of instead of paths that light them up. They stay in relationships long after the love is gone because leaving would mean judgment. They shrink themselves in social situations so nobody finds a reason to criticize them. They say yes when every part of them is screaming no. And every single time they do this, they send their own brain a message that says, "My feelings do not matter as much as their opinion of me." Now, I need you to understand something important. Seeking approval is not the same as caring about others. Those are two completely different things. A person with healthy self-worth can deeply love and respect other people without needing those people to validate every choice they make. The difference is this. Caring about others comes from a place of love. Seeking their approval comes from a place of fear. And anything built on fear will eventually collapse under its own weight. Let me tell you about a pattern that researchers at Stanford University observed in a long-term study on human behavior and decision-making. They found that individuals who consistently made choices based on external approval reported significantly lower levels of life satisfaction by the time they reached middle age. Not because life had treated them badly, but because they had spent decades building a life that looked good to everyone around them while feeling completely hollow on the inside. And they had the right job, the right house, the right social circle, and they felt absolutely nothing because none of it was theirs. None of it came from within. This is the invisible tax of approval seeking. You pay it slowly, quietly, in small daily decisions that seem harmless. You do not say what you really think in a meeting because you are afraid of how it will land. You dress a certain way, not because you love it, but because you know they will approve. You laugh at things that are not funny to you. You agree with opinions that make you uncomfortable. You perform a version of yourself that is carefully designed to be liked, and day by day, year by year, You drift further and further away from who you actually are until one morning you wake up and realize you have no idea what you actually want anymore. And the psychological term for this is self-alienation, and it is far more common than most people realize. Therapists across the country report that one of the most frequent things their clients say is, "I do not even know who I am without other people's opinions." That sentence right there should shake you to your core, because it means that years of approval seeking have not just shaped your choices, they have replaced your identity. But here's where I need you to pay very close attention, because this is the part most people miss entirely. The approval you are chasing is not even real. Think about this carefully. When you change your behavior to gain someone's approval, what are they actually approving of? They are approving of the performance, the mask, the carefully curated version of you that you showed them. They are not approving of you. They cannot approve of the real you because you never showed them the real you. So even when you get the validation you were desperately seeking, it does not feel like enough. It never feels like enough, because deep down your soul knows the truth. They did not see you. They saw the show you put on for them. This is why approval seeking is so addictive and so devastating at the same time. Every time you get a hit of external validation, it feels good for about 30 seconds. And then the hunger comes back stronger than before. You need more. You need it from more people. You need bigger and louder confirmation that you are okay. And no amount of likes, compliments, or nods of approval will ever fill that void, because the void was never about them. It was always about you. I want you to sit with something before this video ends. Every great person you have ever admired, every individual who built something meaningful, who lived with genuine courage, who changed something in the world, they all had one thing in common. At some point, they stopped waiting for permission. They stopped looking around the room to see if everyone was nodding. They made a decision to trust themselves more than they trusted the crowd. And that decision was terrifying and lonely and completely worth it. The version of you that stops seeking approval is not cold or selfish or arrogant. That version of you is finally free. Free to make real choices. Free to build a real life. Free to be seen by the right people for the right reasons. You were not put on this earth to perform for an audience. You were put here to live. And living starts the second you stop asking for a permission slip from people who are still waiting for one themselves. If this video made you stop and think about the way you have been living, then do not let that feeling pass. That discomfort you feel right now is not something to scroll away from. It is something to lean into. Subscribe to this channel, because every single week we go deeper into the psychology of human behavior, self-worth, relationships, and the patterns that either set you free or keep you stuck. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. And if you know someone who is exhausted from living for other people's approval, share this video with them right now. Not tomorrow, right now. Because some lessons find us exactly when we need them most. And the fact that you watched until the very end tells me you are ready for what comes next.